so sorry. So I thought I would do something a little different, a little, avant-garde for me. I'm not used to doing these kinds of looks. I'm not used to changing my look up. When I was younger and I used to perform before I became Samantha, I changed my hair all the time. I had a pink mohawk once, which unlike these like lace front wig girls today, this was my real hair. I shaved my head into a pink mohawk. If you look back many, many, many years ago, an episode of Much Music when Pink was on with the green camo suit and the curls and the blonde curls when she went blonde, I'm there in the audience. That's me. Yep. So I thought I would do something fun and something a little different for the premiere of RuPaul's Drag Race season fucking 9. Can you believe this? Can you believe it? 9 seasons. Okay, first I want to deal with one thing first. Dear Logo TV. I have the, oh Jesus Christ, the Out TV app. And I love it. For those of you who wanted to watch RuPaul's Drag Race on the Out TV app, it's really great. What you do is you get an Apple TV, you put Apple mirroring on, and you can watch it on your big TV with the sound in HD using the app. So if you were having an issue, do it that way. It was kind of awesome. And there's no commercials. Ta-da! Which was kind of great, but my complaint is this. Stop cutting the fucking swearing out. Okay? It airs after 9 o'clock. Stop cutting the swearing out. Or do a TVMA thing where you have to verify your age, because that's really annoying. I want to hear Lady Gaga say fuck, and I want to hear RuPaul say fuck. I don't know why that's such an important thing for me. Anyhow, back to my, I have loved this thing for so long, and never ever worn it because I always thought my hair was too long. So it's kind of nice to be able to do this and, wear a little different hair. If you like this hair, maybe one day I'll do a tutorial on how to do it. If you want it. I mean, I don't want to do something you don't want to see. Okay, so in no particular order, I am in no way trying to be shady. I'm only going to talk about the girls that I actually remember. Which, I'm sorry, it's not, like I said, it's not meant to be shady at all. And some people's names I'm going to forget, but again, not trying to be shady. So, the very first queen that I remember walking into the room was Nina Bonita Brown. Nina Bonita Osama Bin Laden Brown. I think that's what she said her name was. That Minnie Mouse, that sexy Minnie Mouse, was on point. Fabulous. I loved it. Head to toe. The padding, everything about it was amazing. And P.S. as a man, beautiful. Just beautiful. Even as a man, pardon me, you look well groomed, well put together. Very nice. I like it. Your Georgia Peach thing, I second Lady Gaga in Untucked, where she said she was jealous because she didn't think of it. That was on point fabulosity. That was just over the top amazing, and I fucking loved it. And then when you came out and did the Gaga thing, my only thing about the Gaga thing was that it felt a little over-sexualized. And I mean, look, in that outfit, it's hard to not be sexual. But it just felt contrived. And, it's like, I don't know. It was very, I'm a working girl and I need $5 tips so I can buy myself a drink. But I still loved it. And I absolutely knew that you were going to win. Now, my next queen that I remember is Aja. Aja, there is something about you, my love, that is just fun to look at. You are all that, a bag of chips, and everything else in between. When you came out in that Comme des Garçons, that was just magnificence. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Sasha Velour, you know, first of all, your name is probably the funnest name to ever say. And I really like that. So I like that. I love your aesthetic. I love bald queens. Ever since going back to season 1, I believe it was, on Gina in season 1. Was it season 1? Or maybe season 2. But on Gina, I love that aesthetic. When you have such a beautiful face, you can get away with wearing bald and it looks fierce on you. Your New York City, the Basquiat, that whole thing was beautiful. And I disagree with everyone. I thought the picture, the heart, I thought it was all just visually it was the caviar of things to look at. And then your pop art was just, I mean, come on, fabulous. Charlie Hyde, my dear, I love everything you do, and this is no exception. I think that your Gaga, when you came out, the attention to detail of the lace going through the wig, you know, sometimes attention to detail doesn't come through. We don't get to see it as an audience unless the camera zooms in and shows us that. And so being able to see that and having the camera zoom in and pick that up was really beautiful to see. Very, very well done, Charlie. Now who else? Eureka. I love me a big queen. I love me a big queen. Not just because they make me look thinner, because they do, but because, I don't know, there's just something really fun about a big plus size queen. They just seem to have so much energy. And I know it's funny, right? Because you think, oh, they're a plus size, so how can they have all this energy? But there's just there's a light about them. One of my favorite all-time queens in Toronto, Ontario, is Katinka Couture, and Carlotta Carlisle, and they're bigger girls, and I love it. I love that they own it, and it just, Eureka, I loved that. And your Gaga was fierce. I loved it. The only thing that would have been better would have been the cigarette glasses. I didn't quite like those things that you had on your eyes. I'm sorry, honey. Who else? Who else made like an impression that I was just like, wow, you're amazing? Pheromone, I'm really underwhelmed by you. I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to be shady or mean, but I am so underwhelmed by you. I feel like you are like the American ripoff version of Courtney Act, and that's to your detriment, I think. I think you need to show us some more and step outside of that box, because we need to see that. We need to see less of Pheromone and more of characters that you can bring to the show. Other than that, you were very pretty. I didn't like your Gaga, I'm sorry. Who else? Oh, the girl that came in the blue. The body yaddy yaddy. This season's Carmen Carrera. I'm so sorry that I forgot your name, honey. You were stunning, and your Gaga coming out on stage was great. Who else? I think that's it. Those are the only girls I remember. I'm not gonna force myself to try to remember girls that I don't remember. That's just the thing though, right? The thing about it is that in a show like this, you have to be memorable. And while you might not like some of the queen's aesthetics, they're memorable, and that's important, especially for longevity when it comes to getting a job off of RuPaul's Drag Race. You know who I forgot is James Mansfield. Very quiet, very sort of like, I don't know, very the anti-Trixie Mattel, which I thought was really funny, because I was expecting Trixie Mattel from the pictures, and we got the anti-Trixie Mattel. So let's hope that, you know, she shines through. You know, one of the things that I love about RuPaul's Drag Race is being able to watch Untucked. And this episode of Untucked was rather special because Lady Gaga herself sort of came back and did a masterclass with these queens, telling them what she liked, what she didn't like, what you can do, what you shouldn't do. And I thought that that was really nice of her, because look, these entertainers that come on the show, they don't have to do these things, but they do, and it's just, it's brilliant when you see someone who is as big as her to be so humble and to be so, pardon me, I'm so sorry, to be appreciative of her audience, and to show that appreciation is just, it's something, you know. Gaga, I love you. I think you're amazing. And, you know, your statement in Untucked about being an ally and not quite being in the community, I thought was really beautiful. Because you're right, as a trans person and as a GLBT person, you don't know what I'm going through, and you'll never have lived that experience. But it's so important to surround yourself with diversity, because that diversity helps to make your life better. You know, a rose isn't a rose without the thorns, and a rose and the thorns aren't beautiful without the, you know, the bush behind it, and how beautiful they all look together in bloom. You know, there's something really special about that diversity there. The green, the pink, the white, everything about it. The thorns, how rough the thorns are, and then how soft the petals of the rose are. It's just, you know, it's so important to surround yourself with diversity. And, you know, I want to end this video by saying something to my American trans brothers and sisters and GLBTIQQ people as a whole in America. I haven't said anything about this because I didn't want to jump on a bandwagon and get lost somewhere. But I want to say this to you. Every movement has happened for a reason. And while I 100% fear for my GLBTIQQ brothers and sisters and family in the United States, I will say this as a whole. When we all rise up and we make our voices heard, that's when change happens. Know that in Canada we are 100% behind you, and we love you, and you are loved, and you matter, and you are important. You are important just who you are, just the way you are. You are important. So please be safe. Be safe. Yeah, on that note, this has been a very eventful Friday. Grace and Frankie came out, and then RuPaul's Drag Race. It's, you know, it's probably my favorite Friday that's ever happened in my life, ever. So yeah, so I really enjoyed the show. I loved Gaga as a guest. I can't wait to see what this season brings. Out TV, please stop censoring the fucking show. It's annoying. It's fucking annoying. You know, I didn't pay $5 for your app a month to have it censored. But other than that, it all went really well. So yeah, I hope that, I feel like I'm getting nervous for some reason. I want to know who the new queen is that came back. What's like, I don't even know what the hell that's all about. I want to know who that is. I am... Apparently I'm tired. I'm so sorry. I'm a little like in shock that no one went home, but I kind of like that no one went home as well, because it gives us an opportunity to see the queens that maybe didn't shine so well shine just a little bit more in the second episode. So with that all being said, there's a couple of things that we need to do. First, don't forget to comment down below. Share this with your friends, family, and coworkers. And of course, if you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I love you all so much. I wish you a happy and very safe Friday night. Bye.